Hey there. All right, I'm working away on the electrical box. Man, I'm excited. This thing is really coming together well. I'm really happy with the way this is turning out. So I showed you the coil mount. What I've done now, and I'm going to see if I can get you a shot of that. Inside there, forgive the welding. That's a little bit tough to get in there. I think probably we're just going to get some good tacks in place. I don't know that I'm going to weld the whole seam, but what I've put in here is some guides for the battery. So again, I showed you this cool little lithium iron phosphate, I think is what this is. Very cool stuff. Lithium iron phosphate, yeah, very cool. So this little guy with the guides now, and maybe I can show you this. So with the guides in there, this is going to drop into place here, and the guides are going to hold it. Now, you might say, Bruce, that's really loose in there. Yeah, it is. That's because I haven't applied yet the really cool foam that they send you. This stuff is fairly thin. It's nice, it's dense. I also have, from a previous project and a previous installation, anti-gravity batteries sends you this stuff, which is a little bit thicker and not as dense. What would you call this? As softer, maybe that's what you'd call it, I don't know. Anyway, so I've got a couple different foams to work with there. The idea is that I'm going to have foam on the back and all four sides to hold it. And then the cover, I'll probably, because the battery sits a long way in, I'll probably use some of this thick stuff on the cover to hold it in. And then it's going to be cushioned. It won't be able to go anywhere. I can just show you and I can't hold everything in place at the same time, but my Moto gadget is going to go right over here, which is really nice. Oil pressure gauge is down here, and that's going to leave me the ability to run some routing down in the bottom here for wires and stuff. So that is turning out really, really well. One little thing that I wanted to share with you, because I'm going to attach the foam to the battery. If I put foam in here right now, it's kind of a waste because I'm going to paint it. I'm going to have to pull all the foam off and then I have to redo it. If I put the foam on the battery, no problem, because of course that's not going to change when I paint it. So I'm going to put the foam directly on the battery. Before I put the foam on, being that it has an adhesive back, I'm going to clean the surface where I'm going to attach the foam. And that's what I wanted to share with you. One thing I like to use, Bon Ami does a really good job of cleaning. I've been to 3M vehicle wrap seminars. This is the only product there that wasn't a 3M product. And this is what a lot of the installers recommend for your final cleaning before applying the vinyl. So Bon Ami leaves a very clean surface. It really takes off anything that's there. The other thing is, I've read before, and even our friends at Harley Davidson made this mistake. So I've read in some instructions for adhesive back materials to clean it with rubbing alcohol. Guys, rubbing alcohol is wrong. Don't do that. The problem with rubbing alcohol, if you check, it's only 70-something% pure. They put a whole bunch of other additives in there and even some stuff. What happens is when it dries, it's a fine white powder, because of course rubbing alcohol is intended for skin and stuff like that, so it's got to be less aggressive. If you're cleaning, where Harley Davidson used that, by the way, is in the tour pack. There's a real cool organizer goes in the tour pack, and it goes against the lid. And all kinds of guys were resorting to contact cement because they followed Harley's instructions, used the pads that came with the organizer, And the pads, when I looked at them, they were rubbing alcohol. So what happens, you rub that on the surface, it dries, now it leaves that nice white powder residue, nice layer of it. You stick the adhesive to it, man, it's gonna fall off in no time. So, isopropyl alcohol, 99%. This is what you want to use to clean a surface before you put an adhesive on it. This stuff works really, really well. It's not expensive. In a lot of drugstores, it's kept behind the counter. They don't leave it out on the shelves. You'll have to ask for it. But like I say, inexpensive, and this has no residue. There's no additives. It's 99% pure. And when you clean a surface with this, it's going to be really clean. So, tip of the week from Built Not Bought by Bruce, isopropyl alcohol, not rubbing alcohol. There you go, guys. I'll show you this as soon as I get some pieces. I've been cutting up some pieces. As soon as I get some foam on here, I'll be back to you. All right? Thanks.